Hi there, I'm Phil Bajero, business coach with Action Coach Business Tips. If you're like most business owners I work with, you want a team that runs like a well-oiled machine, people who are aligned, accountable, and actively contributing to your growth. But building a winning team doesn't happen by chance. It takes structure, strategy, and leadership. Today, I'm walking you through a summary of the 8 components of a winning team, a proven framework that helps business owners like you turn people into partners and results into reality that we have been working through over the last 8 weeks or so. If you would like more detail on any of the components, please go back and watch some of the earlier episodes. So, the first area is strong leadership. It all starts with leadership. Strong leaders provide direction, consistency, and energy. If you're inconsistent, unclear, or invisible, your team reflects that. Strong leadership means setting a clear example. It's not about being perfect, it's about being present, decisive, and aligned with your values. The best leaders take responsibility, communicate consistently, and develop others. So the key strategy tips here are set the vision and be the cultural role model. Lead with integrity, always do what you say. And thirdly, invest time in growing your leadership skills. Number 2 was about the common goal. Next up, a common goal. If your team doesn't know what success looks like, how can they help you achieve it? A common goal is simple, measurable, and motivating. It unites your team's focus and energy. Whether it's revenue, customer satisfaction, or community impact, make sure it's clear, communicated, and reinforced. 3 key strategy tips here is define a 12-month company goal everyone can rally behind. Use visuals and language that make it memorable, and then celebrate progress, even the small wins. Number 3 was about rules of the game. Rules aren't restrictions, they're the standards that create freedom and trust. When your team knows what's expected, they make better decisions. Rules of the games are your values in action. They guide behavior, keep everyone accountable, and above all, reduce the drama. So the key strategy tips here is co-create a set of agreed behaviors or team rules. Align these with your business values and then revisit and refine as the business grows. Number 4 was the action plan. Great teams don't just talk, they act. That's why a clear action plan is essential. Each team member needs to know their role, their goals, and the specific actions that they're responsible for. Action plans create clarity, focus, and momentum. The key strategy tips here is set SMART goals: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and timely. Break down the big goals into weekly or monthly actions, and then use simple dashboards or scorecards to track the progress. Number 5 was about support risk-taking. If your team is too scared to try, your business will never grow. Winning teams support innovation, even when it comes to mistakes. So, support risk-taking by creating a safe space. Encourage new ideas, reward initiative, and learn from failures. Innovation thrives where people feel trusted. The key strategy tips here is to regularly ask, what's a better way to do this? Recognize effort and learning, not just results. And then thirdly, use post-project reviews, or I call them post-mortems, to identify what worked and what didn't. Number 6 was 100% involvement and inclusion. Engaged teams outperform disengaged ones every time. But engagement doesn't mean by accident. 100% involvement and inclusion means everyone's voice is heard and everyone contributes. When people feel included, they take ownership. They care more. So the key strategy tips here are run regular team huddles or one-to-ones to invite input. Build cross-functional projects to break the silos, and then recognise and celebrate diverse strengths. Number 7 was know and understand your people. Understanding your team on a deeper level is one of the most powerful leadership tools you can develop as a business owner. Great teams aren't built on luck. They're built on connection, clarity, and coaching. This component is about more than just being aware of who works for you. It's about intentionally getting to know them as individuals and leading them in a way that brings out their best. So the key strategy tips is use DISC and learning style assessments, create individual strength and weakness plans, and then lead with boundaries. Be friendly, but not friends. And then the final point was continuous learning. Growth-focused teams are always learning. They adapt faster and outpace competitors. Create a culture of development, whether it's through mentoring, training, or learning from experience. And remember, you as their leader set that tone. So the key strategy tips in this area is schedule regular training or learning moments. Build learning into your KPIs and reviews, and share your own development journey openly. By focusing on the 8 components of winning teams, you're creating synergy. And synergy is where the magic happens. It's when your team becomes more than the sum of its parts. True synergy happens when trust, communication, and collaboration are high. It's no longer about individuals, it's about the team. And that's when momentum really explodes. So invest time in building team building and alignment. Measure team performance, not just individual KPIs. Celebrate wins loudly and often. So there you have it, the 8 components of a winning team. This isn't theory. This is the framework that transforms businesses. When you get this right, your business becomes scalable, sustainable, and far more enjoyable to lead. If you're ready to take your team to the next level, I invite you to schedule a free strategy session with me. Let's look at where your team is now, where it could be. Thanks for watching, and remember, the team you build determines the business you grow. Well, let's build it right. Phil Widgera, turning business dreams into reality.